Hello there, thank you for actually pressing play on this video, and yeah, it's going to be my third vlog, and something that I really must rant over. I was looking, as you do in the morning, every morning you'll always go on maybe Facebook, check your news before you even get out of bed. Well, I do anyway, but I read something on the technology section on the Sky News app, and I was very peed off. Basically, it's really riled me, something chronic, and it's a news article on, the title is "Gamers Hearing Voices Long After Playing," and it's like, I've been playing for 27 years computer games, and I personally have never heard any voices long after playing video games, any video games for that fact. And they've even done a test on it, if I actually read it right. Researchers at Nottingham Trent University compiled responses from more than 1,200 online forum users, as if that's flipping going to be decent research. Some 12% of those surveyed have experienced hearing noises in their heads after gaming, often without triggers. And it's like, you what? I'm sorry. One gamer said they heard a voice whispering death repeatedly for days, while the words "go go go" repeated in the head of another when he was on crowded public transport. Experiences were described as scary and maddening. It's like, you what? That's flipping. I've been gaming for absolutely ages, donkey's years basically, absolutely ages, and they come out with flipping something rubbish like this, and it's absolutely disgusting. Firstly, getting the research from 1,200 online forum users. If they're on a forum, right, for starters, if they're on a forum, are they really gamers, or are they actually... But there could be flipping anyone that flipping wrote that, even took the survey or anything. They could just say, oh, we're a gamer, so I'll just flipping do the survey. It's like, forum users. If, for me as a gamer, how many forums do you think I'm on? One. And that's Steam, and even then I hardly use it, and they didn't even go into what flipping forum it was. And it's like 1,200 forum users. That could be any forum whatsoever. How many years, what age ranges does it say? It don't even say what age ranges the actual people that actually took the actual thing, the actual survey. And it's like, they make an article on something like this, right, and basically they haven't got no facts to back it up at all. They're just researching from 1,200 online forum users, and basically this research is basically cock and bull, basically, and it has really riled me. It's like, yeah, when you're playing games, admittedly, if you play a game, the same game, forever and ever and ever, and it's the same type of game, then maybe a possibility. Maybe a possibility. And that's just a possibility. It isn't guaranteed or anything else like that. It's just a possibility. If you, for me, I've never had that kind of anything. For the amount of years I've been playing video games, I've never ever had any kind of thing. What am I going to do when I'm playing Sonic on the Mega Drive all those years ago? Do you think I'm going to flipping do that spinning noise in my voice? And it's like, because of the amount of times I was actually playing it before any other game, it's like, yeah, I'm just going to make spinning noises. That's all that I hear in my head. You know what I mean? It's a load of absolutely, I'm going to swear now, it's absolutely fucking rubbish, basically. It's just absolutely fucking rubbish. And it's like, oh, I played a bit of bit of Madden, American football on a computer. I didn't understand at all, but I was interested in it. I'd never played the more recent games of it because I'd never understood it really. But it was one of the games that I had on the Mega Drive, and I thought, oh, I'd play on that for a change. I actually was on that weeks on end, and what you flipping want me to do, flipping think about, have that voice in my head about flipping American football and all the stuff that they do and all that. It's just stupid. It's like, it's just basically, it's just a load of hogwash. Basically, it's absolutely downright disgusting. All gamers, we just have a little article on gamers and how pathetic they are by the sounds of it. It's just, there's no foundation on this at all, and I would love to see the report that the researchers have actually done on this, because, and where the actual forum it was as well, because 1,200 online forum users, it could be absolutely any forum whatsoever. It probably ain't even a gaming forum. And at the end of the day, who actually sits on their arse, who's a gamer, who actually sits on their arse and actually go on gaming forums? Seriously, if you're a hardcore gamer, like it says on here, hardcore gamers are at risk of hearing maddening screams and explosions after periods playing video games, a new study has found. I'm a hardcore gamer, right? Admittedly, I've got family life in between, but any other time, apart from eating and sleeping and family life, I'm gaming, right? Nothing else, just gaming. I pay my bills and everything by direct debit and everything else like that. So I don't have the hassle of, or I've got to go to the post office or anything else like that to pay my bills. Everything's sorted, all automated, simple as, so I can get on with my gaming, right? And all over the years and everything else like that, the amount of gaming I do in a week and per year is absolutely mind-boggling, right? And they come out with something as stupid and pathetic as this, right? And back to the forum, I'm sorry, but that is just, what forum is it? Seriously, 1,200 forum users. What forum is it? They don't even explain what forum it is. It could be flipping greenhouse forestry gardening forum for Essex or something, you know what I mean? It's just absolutely a joke. And it's like some 12% of those 1,200 users. What's 12% of 1,200? Seriously, 10% is like 10%, that's 100. So that would be about 120. So yeah, probably about 120 to 200 people. That's 12% maybe. I ain't got a calculator in front of me. I just got my phone. Maybe it's got a calculator on it. I don't know because I don't use it. But hey, but yeah, it's like one gamer said he heard a voice whispering death repeatedly for days. Seriously, it's like, yeah, one gamer said, I'm sorry, but I would have to see the forum to actually understand that. It's like, sorry, but I just find it absolutely a load of hogwash. They don't even go in to explain what the forum is and everything else like that. And it's like, how do we know that's an actual gaming forum? It's like, sleep deprivation as a result, experiencing sleep deprivation. Yeah, maybe I can understand that, because I do have sometimes of that, thinking what should I do on the latest Minecraft recently. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I do think about games all the time, as well as other family and life problems and issues that we currently have ongoing and in the past. And yes, there is some. I can understand the sleep deprivation and everything else, like anything that comes with it. I can understand completely, 100%. That is a complete 100% fact. Basically, you can have deep sleep deprivation because of gaming. I ain't got an issue with that at all. But as for the, I can't remember what the word is for it. But as for hearing sounds, it's like a hysteria kind of thing. It's like, I'm sorry, but that's a load of, absolutely loads of bull crap, basically. A load of bullshit. And basically, I would love to see what the forum is and everything else like that. It's absolutely, it's riled me something chronic. It really has. And I think it's a load of hogwash, basically. Sleep deprivation, I understand 100% completely. I put my hands up, like that. Just, I can understand sleep deprivation, but hearing voices in your head and everything else like that. For you to have voices in your head, right, you must be absolutely mentally. No, that's probably a bit borderline, that, of getting sued, but yeah, you must be psychologically challenged, as we were. And basically, if you were gaming a lot of hours like I do, then, and you're mentally incapable of playing for long periods of time, I can understand it. But I'm sorry, but hearing voices in your head and everything else like that, but I can't see that at all, really, unless you have mental issues, which you need to go and see a professional for. And yeah, I'm no professional, and I would advise you to go and see a professional to do with mental illness. But for me, I can't, personally, I've never had any problems at all, 100%, with any voices in my head to do with any kind of games or any gaming or anything, basically anything that I watch on telly. Because if you think about it, right, I used to watch a hell of a lot of telly. Even before I was gaming, I was watching a hell of a lot of telly. And I don't say, oh, I've got Blind Date tune in my head consistently for weeks on end. It's like, yeah, I could bring up the Blind Date tune like right now, but I don't hear it consistently on and on and on in my head. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if you hear any voice in your head, you need to seek medical advice and a medical professional in order to determine why it's happening and everything else like that, if you are. But for me, the amount of years of gaming I've had, hardcore gaming at that, it's just, I'm sorry, but I can't believe it one little bit. And the fact that they've written an article on saying 1,200 people on a forum, I'm sorry, but I would have to question what a forum is, for a start. Because if you're a hardcore gamer, you wouldn't even be on a forum. Simple as. If you are a hardcore gamer, you should not be on a forum. Simple as. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook and everything else like that, but where do I spend most of my time? Gaming. Simple as. Yeah, you may see me comment on Twitter now and then and everything else like that. More common, that's between missions and everything else like that. That is between my social life while I'm actually waiting in the queue, shopping, or waiting between load screens of certain games, and between recording of videos and everything else like that. I do that all in between then. I don't have time to sit on social networks and forums and actually sit there and actually have a conversation with people, or even take a survey when I'm gaming. Simple as. It's like, sorry, but it's just pathetic, really. And I cannot see that actually happening, really. I'll put my hands up if it comes out true, but for me, the amount of hours and days, weeks, months, and years, and decades, and even quarter of a century, over a quarter of a century of gaming experience and hardcore gaming that I've done, I've never experienced that in my life, and I do question that article on the Sky News app, whether it's even true, basically, because I'm sorry, but I've got to question that forum and everything else like that. If you're a hardcore gamer, at the end of the day, you wouldn't be on a forum, basically, and I think it's just little kids pretending that, oh, I can do a survey. I'm sorry, but how can you question? I can question it, because you don't even display what forum it is. It could be flipping little kids just messing around. Oh, I see here this and that and everything else like that, just to piss about. It's like, I do really question the research that we've done into this. A forum of all places, they do the research. I'm sorry, but that is just disgusting, basically. And I could go on and on and on and on and on about this, but I've made my feelings clear. I think you should seek medical assistance and professional help if you hear voices in your head. Simple as. And basically, that research is a load of hogwash until they come out and say, oh, this is the research we've done, and actually released a paper which I've actually researched and I cannot find it anywhere. So if anyone does know where it is, I would love to read it. Until then, I'm just going to look at it and say, what a load of bullshit, basically. And basically, until I see evidence of the otherwise, I do not believe it, and basically they have no right to publish that as an article until they have actually written a proper article saying where the research was done and everything else like that, because until they've done that, I don't believe a single word. And it's just scare tactics, really, to people, for parents that don't want their children gaming, because basically what you learn from gaming is a hell of a lot more than what you learn in school. Fact. I'm sorry, you can learn maths, you can learn English, you can learn science, you can learn absolutely geography, you can learn history, you can learn computer sciences and everything else like that while playing computer games. There's plenty of gaming out there that you actually teach you all that and make it fun without having to go to school. I do not condone not going to school. You need to go to school, but I'm sorry, but you learn a lot more outside of school than what you do in, and that's the way I feel. And yeah, I am talking that I haven't been to university and everything else like that, but hey, that's my choice, basically, and what I believe is right. Basically, I didn't want to go to university. I could have went to university, but I didn't want to, and I found that I've learned a hell of a lot more outside of school than what I did in school. I didn't learn about money management inside school. I learned that outside school. Yeah, I'm in debt, but hey, I'm coping with it, and I've actually got it all sorted that I'm making payments each and every month. I'm in debt because I weren't taught that at school. You don't get taught money management at school, and I learned that the hard way, basically. And that is one of the most of the survival instincts that you need to learn when you are in school before you leave school, and they don't teach it. There's loads of other things they don't teach in school which I could go into, but that's a completely different video altogether. Until they come out and say what forum it is, I don't believe it. 1,200 forum users. That could be absolutely any forum whatsoever, and it's a load of hogwash. Rant over. Hope you have a lovely day. Thank you. I will go on and comment about my Twitter feed like I usually do in my feed blog. But I am that riled over this article, it is unbelievable. I'm sorry how it's carried on, and maybe I've repeated a lot of stuff, and that's just me. I am absolutely pissed off with people targeting gamers when in fact they can't even show what forum it was. 1200 forum users. Again, repeating myself, 1200 forum users. What forum is it? Seriously. Can't they even disclose that? It's absolutely disgusting. Writing a national, if not international article on research like that, and they can't even display where the research was done. Seriously, it could be a gardening forum for all we know, and nothing against gardening. I like gardening. I'd rather someone else do it, but I still like gardening. I like cutting grass, that's about it. But hey, that's me. But sorry about the gardeners or any wildlife that word. And yeah, it's just, yeah, I'll leave it here because I'm just going to go on and Ariston. Yeah, if you'll remember that, if you are old enough. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and hopefully you have a lovely day where I'm not, because I'm actually going to go absolutely bonkers because of this article. Is absolutely, they're always attacking gamers, and the only people that can criticise and research gamers is gamers themselves. Simple as. Scientists can't research gamers. No one can apart from gamers, because at the end of the day, the only people that know, understand and know gamers is basically gamers. It's like we don't tell the scientists what to do, what they can and can't do, and research them and everything, and release dodgy research documents and everything else like that, where we basically gone onto a forum and researched and asked 1200 users. It could be in a flipping another gardening forum talking about scientists. It's like, no, you can't ask flipping gardeners about that. It's like, no, it's just, I'm sorry, but this is ranting is over, and it's just, I could go silly on this, but it's absolutely disgusting. Attacking gamers once again, and basically, I don't think it holds up, basically, until I see that research paper. And if anyone knows where I can find that research paper, please link it below in the comments, and I will have a look, and maybe there'll be a part 2 about it. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.